Hey, church family, I just want to take a minute and connect one more time in this way before Beth and I and our family depart for the sabbatical that you've just so generously gifted us, allowed us to take for this summer. I know many of you have seen the communications and there'll be more to come, but my family will be stepping away from Real Life Church from May 1st to September 1st for a season of sabbatical. And we're just so thankful. We're so overwhelmed that our church would want to make that investment in us and in our church family as well. I've had a number of questions come in either via email or via text, Facebook, those kinds of things. Just asking some questions about sabbatical, what does it look like and all those things. And so I thought I'd take a minute and just kind of share with you my heart. Really, all the questions kind of boil down to just three pretty simple ones. Like, what is a sabbatical? What are you going to be doing while you're away on that sabbatical? And then, are you excited? Are you excited for a sabbatical? So let me just kind of pull this apart for just a minute. A sabbatical is really a season of intentional rest. It's a season of ceasing your labors, is one way that the Bible puts it as you look at a Sabbath day. This season of sabbatical is a season for us and for me specifically as your pastor to cease our labors as your pastor. And so stepping away from preaching duties, from leading the church. Those are my primary ministries, is leading the church and preaching on Sundays. So stepping away from that and doing so in a really intentional way. And so the questions that we get around, what are you going to be doing? What is your job going to look like during this season? It comes down to just a couple of really simple things. Is releasing and recusing is kind of the first step. So on May 1st, I'm going to be stepping away and releasing my responsibilities as your pastor in church leadership. We've equipped a team on Sunday mornings to take on all of the teaching. So releasing and then recusing, which is kind of the stepping away. Our family won't be a part of the Real Life Church family during those 4 months. We're going to be attending some other churches. We won't be here on Sundays. I won't be on email and very little on social media in that season of just stepping away. But more than that, it's not just a 4-month vacation. I want you to hear that it's a really intentional season of rest and rejuvenation. And so I've got a couple things lined up that I'm really excited about. I'm hiring a personal trainer and going to be going on a personal fitness journey. And so working on my physical health as part of that rest process. The second thing is I've actually engaged with a counselor, a professional and personal counselor that has a ministry background and ministry experience and understands the complexities of pastoral ministry, especially during this last season with all of the different things we've gone through from 2020 and now into 2021. I think that's a really important step for me as your pastor, for me as a husband and as a father and just as a follower of Jesus to walk through and have someone who's not connected to our church family in any way have those conversations with me. So physical health, emotional, personal, and spiritual health is a huge part of it. And the third thing that we're really looking forward to is having some conversations and being able to go and attend church at other churches. Our closest circle of friends in a number of ways are other pastors, other lead pastors is who we connect with most. And so because we're all pastors, we never get a chance to visit each other's churches. And so we have this amazing gift of time to go and spend time at other churches. I'll just give you one example. I shared a video from Pastor Rod Lloyd. Pastor Rod pastors our church, Assemblies of God Church, First North Little Rock, Arkansas, AG. And so I'm going to be traveling down there for a long weekend. I've been invited to be a part of their team for a weekend just to observe their services, observe their kids' services, to have some conversations. I get to take Pastor Rod out to lunch. If that name sounds familiar, we've used some of his material here as a church. Actually, I used his book called Immediate Obedience as the launch pad for our series, Walking in Radical Obedience with God back in 2019. I also shared a video of his. He did an amazing thing. Pastor Rod is a pastor of pastors, and so I'm humbled I get to connect with him. But I shared a video of his, kind of 15 things your pastor is dealing with in this season, and then 5 things that you can do. I don't know if you remember that video, but it was a really important one for me as your pastor. It just set the tone and put some words to some things that I was experiencing. So I really look up to Pastor Rod. and he's invited me to come down and be a part of his team. So because you're allowing me this season of sabbatical, I'm able to make those connections and invest in myself and invest in our church family in a way that I wouldn't get to just with the normal rhythm of ministry. So that's kind of the why on the sabbatical and what we're going to be doing. The third question that we've been getting is, are you excited for sabbatical? And I can say 100% unequivocally yes and no. Let me tell you why. Number one, obviously, we're so excited that our church is in such a healthy place where we're able to step away while we're healthy to focus on rest, rejuvenation, and recovery and replenishment and all of these things, all those great R words. Of course, we're so excited about that. What a gift. What an amazing gift that you're giving to me, to Beth, and to our family. We have a lot of life change this summer with Logan graduating high school and then moving to college and all of those things. And now we've been given time and space to take care of some of those things. The no is we love you so much. We love you. It's the privilege of our lives to be a part of a healthy, vibrant, growing church family like real life. That we get to be in ministry with you and alongside you, and we get to be part of our lives. It's such a privilege to be invited into your life. And so the thought of stepping away for 4 months and not seeing some of you is kind of overwhelming to us. And just the reality of it with this COVID season, there's some of you that we haven't seen since February or March of 2020. And so we're talking about 18, 19, maybe 20 months of time between face-to-face interactions with some of you. And so that's hard for us. We just love you so much, and we love being a part of this community, and it's hard to walk away. It will be very hard to walk away. And so especially in early May, you're not going to see very much of us. We're not going to be posting very much stuff on social media. I mean, we're really taking seriously the call from the elders to release and to step away. It's the healthy thing for us, and it's the healthy thing for you. But we're so excited for when we come back, seeing the health of the church team, the church leadership team, our elders, our trustees, our church staff. I get to serve with an amazing group of people who love you, have the passion for this church, to see people become fully devoted followers of Jesus, to connect to God and to others, to grow in freedom and to become more like Jesus, and then go and put our gifts and our talents and our abilities to work to go and make a difference in this world. Like, that's church. That's what we do. And I have a team that I can point at the mission, and then they can just run with it. And so church is going to be similar. It's going to be a great summer. The message series, we've been talking about it. We talked about it yesterday as a staff. It's awesome. I'm so sad that I don't get to be a part of it. It's going to be awesome. So the last question that I've received, and I just want to take like 2 more minutes to talk about this, is what can you do during this season of sabbatical? And as your pastor, I would ask you to lean in, to fully engage with what's happening here at church. When you're here in town, like, it's summer. I know there's so many of us that are going to be on vacation and traveling and some of those things. When you're here in town, and as it's right for your family to come back to church, lean in and be here. Don't miss out. When Pastor Taylor and Pastor Miranda and Pastor Bruce are teaching over the course of this summer, engage with them. Let them know that you're with them. Let them hear you while they're preaching. Connect and engage with your worship leaders. Be participatory. Don't just observe content, especially if you're on church online. Don't just observe content. Talk in the chat, like the post, share them, do all of those things, but do them even more in this season. Engage. Engage with Pastor Erica when it comes to VBS. We haven't done VBS in a couple of years, and so this is going to be a new year, a new format. Doing it, I know there's going to be some new things that we're going to be doing, and Pastor Erica is very excited about them. I'm very excited. Lean in, help. We get to help disciple these kids. Will you make the commitment now that when you're in town and it's right for your family, you'll be here? If you're engaging with church online, engage even more with church online. Engage with social media. Share posts, like posts. It's never been easier. Share the website. Do all of those things. Lean in and engage. And let the team, let the leadership team, the elders and the trustees, and especially the pastoral staff, let them know that you're with them during this season. It's important. They need you. They need to know that you're right there behind them, cheering them on, walking step for step with them, and leaning in and engaging and helping as much as you possibly can. I'm thankful for this. In this email down at the bottom, you'll see some of our church health numbers. I want to encourage you. Thank you for your faithfulness. Encourage you to continue in that way. For many of us, this is going to be our last interaction other than Sunday morning. I love you. We look into that camera almost every week and we say it. We love you. Church family, we're going to miss you. This sabbatical is going to be both amazing and extremely difficult for us, but we're so thankful. We are so thankful that you want to make this investment into us as a family, to pray over the Gooden family while we're away, that you would allow us this season, and we're so excited that for when we come back and get to be a part of what's happening here at Real Life. We love you, church fam.